Hello guys, welcome to RX Tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In today's video, we are going to look at the most useful Excel shortcuts. I'm pretty excited about this. If you don't know any of these shortcuts, you definitely have to know because this is my top 10 most useful Excel shortcuts that you have to know as a user. My first on the list is Control A. What Control A does it is select all. So Control A that is to select all. So for example, if you are in this table and then you hold the Control key, Control A, it selects the table. Let's take note. If you are outside the table, it selects the whole sheet. So for example, as I select here, you see that the whole sheet, that is sheet 1, is selected. Next on my list is Control C, that is to copy. So you want to have a selection. For example, you want to copy this. So Control C, copy. So this gives you a copy command. And then how do you see that this is copied? Because you can see the dots around, and it means this has been copied to the clipboard. So we look at the third one is Control X. So what Control X that is that you have to cut. That is the cut selection. So in this case, I have cut Melbourne. So in this case, I see that Melbourne has been cut, and then Control V to paste. So we cut Control X and then we paste. That is Control V. So it means that we've taken away. That is to remove this and then we paste it here. We can cut again and then paste it here again as well. We can Control C. That is Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. So we look at the fourth one, that is Control V, that is the paste. The fifth one, if you don't know, that is to paste special dialog box. If I want to copy this, so I'll press Control C to copy. Or let me take this, for example, the unit price. I'll press Control C to copy. But if you want to copy, for example, a formatted formula or only the value, then you wouldn't want to paste it, but you want to paste as a value. You would want to open the control, you want to open the paste special dialog block, and that is Control Alt and V. So this opens the paste special dialog box. So in this case, you have options to choose whether to paste as a value, to keep all the formatting, comments and notes, everything. So this is one of the most useful things you can ever use in Excel. Our next formula is Control Z, that is to undo. So for example, let's copy this, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then I want to, I've made a mistake, I want to go back, Control Z, then I go back. So that is to undo what I previously did. So that is Control Z. And then my seventh one is Control Y. Most people know Control Z, that's the undo, but do you know how to redo it? So for example, I'll copy this and then I'll paste it here. And then Control Z to go back. Okay, oh no, I made a mistake. I want to do it again. Control Y, then it brings it back. That is to redo. It's such a useful shortcut that you definitely need to know. And then one more, the eighth one is save workbook. That is Control S. So one of the most frustrating thing is that to lose your Excel workbook without saving it. So instead of going to the save here to click save, you can just press Control S and then this is saved. So as you can look up here, it says my workbook is saved. So that is Control S. And then my next on the list is Control D. We deal with spreadsheets or the worksheet, and then you want to copy this down. What Control D does is that it fills this down. So for example, instead of typing this all over again, that is Townsville, I can just select what I want to fill down and just highlight the number of cells I want to fill down and then press Control D. This fills this down. So you see that Townsville is filled up to the level where I selected or chose. So you can do another example. You want to fill this, the health and beauty down. We can just select it and then highlight where we'd want to paste it, or we want to fill down, and just press Control D. This fills this down. It's such a useful shortcut. And then my last on the list is Control R. Most people, if you don't, most people know how to do Control D, but do you know that Control R, that is to fill to the right? So for example, I want to fill the health and beauty to the right. I want to type it. No, it's a long way. Just highlight this and press Control R. So Control R, this fills this to the right. That is health and beauty. Let's do another example. You want to fill 10 to the right. The same 10. You just highlight, or the number of, you want to fill it up to here, and press Control R. So Control R, it fills all the cells to the right. So these are my top 10 most useful Excel shortcuts you definitely have to know. So if you don't know, please just learn this. It's such a useful, it makes you so handy and you work so fast. And then bonus, I'm going to give you some bonus on the tips if you don't know. My first bonus is Control T to make a table. So you click on here, any of the worksheet, you press Control T. Excel highlights wherever you have data. You see that wherever there is data here, Excel highlights and then gives you option. Does your table has headers? If it does, then you check this check box. If it doesn't, then you uncheck this. So then I unchecked this, so it gives me headers. If it does, then you just leave it as it is. And Control T, it converts your range of data to a table. And the next on the list is to extend selection to the right. That is Control Shift and the right arrow key. So for example, I want to select city and the product line. So I'll highlight it, control shift, and then down arrow key. That is control shift and then down. It takes me to the bottom of the data. Control shift and the down arrow key. Such a useful formula. So shortcut. For example, if I want to select all these, the 3 rows here, control shift down, it takes me to the bottom and then it's selected. Next one is Control Shift and the right arrow key. You want to select, that is to extend your selection to the right. So that would be Control Shift and the right arrow key. So for example, you want to select this whole row in your table. So I click on the select, Control Shift and the right arrow key. Here I go, selected. So such a useful shortcut. And then my last on my bonus one is Control P, that is to print. So you want to print and then Control P, it opens up the print dialog box and then you can print it. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, these are my most useful Excel shortcuts that you definitely need to know as an Excel user. So I am done. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's very important. Subscribe to my channel. Link up. Let's link up. You can download this workbook as well. Let's link up on all our social media handles. Subscribe and let's talk. Bye.